Hey Fandom, it's me, Aaron. It's another week of comics. This week's going to be really great for me because Jason Aaron's coming. We're going to hang out and drink beers together and talk about Thor and whatnot. And if you're local, you can come and hang out with me and Jason Aaron on Saturday night. But there's comics this week, so I'm going to talk about them. The Wake. This is like the first new thing Vertigo's done in a while. I mean, it's Snyder, who also does American Vampire for them and does a little book called Batman. And Sean Murphy is the artist on here, who did that Punk Rock Jesus book that you read if you have good taste or take my advice. And it's just great. This is the new kind of vein of Vertigo where they're doing sci-fi horror mashups. And Snyder's doing The Wake, and then Lemire's doing Trillion, and hopefully a lot of great stuff will come from Vertigo again, at least by the writers that are doing things for DC and the New 52 that can come to Vertigo and not have to pony up the cash for printing Image books. But, you know, Image is kicking ass. I guess the only thing Vertigo can do is say, like, hey, we'll foot the cost for you, and you do write our other books. But The Wake was great. I really enjoyed it, and, you know, so what if the villains are the same as the Trench from Aquaman? It was pretty cool. Adventures of Superman, this book is a victory for all people that have compassion and hope and you know, all people that have the same values as Superman. You know, before it was going to be Orson Scott Card writing it, and you know, that's kind of like a Klansman writing Black Lightning. I don't know. I mean, it's just Parker and Lemire on here, and Jeff Lemire, his story and art is just brilliant. I love Jeff Lemire. Parker's funny. I think Parker would do a good Booster Gold, but this book is worth getting just for the Jeff Lemire story, but also worth getting for, you know, to show DC that thanks for listening, thanks for not putting out someone's work that actually contributes to the causes to not let people have civil rights, you know. So, you know, I'm not rehashing that. I'm just saying this book's out. It's brilliant. DC listens, so let's buy it, you know. You know, buy it from me. It's cool. Buy it from my online store, from my Comixology. Justice League of America 4, the Matt Kent Martian Manhunter backup stories are freaking brilliant. I don't know if you guys saw it last time. I mean, just read it in the store if you weren't going to pick it up. Just pick it up and just start reading some of this Matt Kent backup with Martian Manhunter. It's brilliant. It might make you want to pick the whole thing up. It's Geoff Johns, and you know, speaking of Martian Manhunter, I don't even know why they need Catwoman, like to infiltrate the villain team or whatever. Why don't they just have Martian Manhunter like morph into Catwoman? I mean, I don't know. It's just whatever. You know, it was a crazy cliffhanger with Catwoman. So, you know, look at the last page of that, spoil it for yourself, and then read the Martian Manhunter, because Matt Kent, also someone who could do a really badass Booster Gold. I really want a great writer on the new Booster Gold series. I love Booster Gold. And Earth 2, yes, James Robinson is going to be off the book, and that kind of sucks. But man, it's Batman of Earth 2, and you know, if it's the whole themes of the original Earth 2 and the Infinity Inc. and all that, it's going to be maybe Damian. No, I'm not spoiling it. I don't know. You know, maybe not. I don't know. It looks cool. So Earth 2 is a book that I'm really digging. Let's talk about Tynion. Red Hood, this book I wouldn't even touch. You know, I read the first issue, and it was just so not what I like and not what I wanted. Lobdell's a lot of that, you know, Tynion's come on and retcon. So he came on, and the whole Goldfish, Starfire thing he retconned, saying that, you know, she doesn't just, like, forget everything that happened yesterday like a goldfish. She kind of can shut off different memories and different emotional things, like her whole alien race can do that. And moving on to Arsenal and Roy, there's a couple things that I just couldn't stand with it. One is the stupid-ass Rob Liefeld baseball cap. I hate that Rob Liefeld baseball cap. I just want to knock it off his head every time I see it. And someone comes along this issue and the cap is gone. And, you know, small plot point, not really a spoiler, but it meant the world to me because I can't stand looking at that baseball cap. And the other thing is that's more important is, why does he have a sidekick, Green Arrow, that is the same age of him, more or less? You de-age Ollie, but yet you keep Roy when, you know, you got rid of every other, like Donna Troy and Wally West, you got rid of all these other sidekicks. Why have that? And truth be told, he never really was a sidekick. You know, he was just someone that Ollie picked to do some task for, maybe like an employee. He wanted to be a sidekick, and he's like, no, you're not. You're not my partner. You're not a sidekick. I'm not going to put you in danger. You're an employee, do your job. And he's like, screw you, Dad. I mean, big brother. And, essentially it's a big brother. That's cool. I can deal with it. So thank you, Tynion. And I'm actually reading Red Hood and the Outlaws now. And if you have any affinity to any of these characters, it's safe to get back in the water. So, check it out. You can pick up this annual and, wow, it's good, New Avengers, loving this book. Is leading right into Infinity. Spoiler, the big villain from Infinity is Thanos, no surprise there. X-Men #1, this book by Wood is an all-female team, the first time in the franchise to ever have an all-female team, and Brian Wood just writes female characters so well. I did a video just on that, and Brian Wood has all the street cred in the world that, yes, you can look at this and say, this is just a stupid gimmick, but he doesn't do gimmicks. He does heady political stuff with great characterization. So Brian Wood deserves a free pass on the gimmick, and maybe that's why Marvel picked him for the writer, and it was just really good stuff. And at my store, I'm giving it away free to every female that comes on Wednesday. I'll give it free to them because, I want more women reading comics, and let's give it to them. Plus, I want my store to be friendly to women. Sometimes I might say things online about, tentacle jokes or things like that, and I want to build some goodwill. So, thanks Wood and thanks Marvel for helping guys like me build goodwill in my store. So, it's cool. Adventure Time annual. If you ever wanted to try Adventure Time but didn't, this has some great talent on this annual. It's little stories. Roger Langridge from The Muppet Show does a story in here that was a lot of fun. I loved it. Ninja Turtles, this is the Phantom variant, looks at homage to Hulk with Wolverine, but now it's Casey Jones with Shredder, and really, I'm digging it. I liked it. Sometimes I get a little nostalgic. I like Transformers, G.I. Joes, Ninja Turtles, you can't really fault me on that, growing up sucks, and being old sucks, I woke up and, my foot hurt. It's like, why is my foot all swelled up? Is this what I have to look forward to? I asked the guy, Eric, that works here, that's 40-something, I was like, Eric, you're my sage. Is this what I have to look forward to the rest of my life? And he said, yes, and that sucks. And moving on to, new material that's creator-owned, independent, is Clive Barker's Next Testament. It was originally called New Genesis, but I guess DC is like, wait a minute, New Genesis is our thing. But it's essentially the Old Testament God, the God of the Jews, the Israelis, was this kind of vengeance, kind of death and destruction, wrathful God. And the God of the New Testament was, Mr. Rogers with a beard. It was, Jesus. And, to reconcile that, you have all the theologians that do this, but this book proposes that the Old Testament God was locked away in a tomb underground, and the protagonist of this book lets him out, and craziness ensues. And if that does anything for you like it did for me, it was a lot of fun, so I enjoyed it. And it's by Boom, and I like that Boom's doing cool stuff like that. Thanks for watching this video. Check out these books, and come to the Jason Aaron signing. The Thor Volume 1's out right now, so get it signed. Thanks, bye-bye. Thanks for watching. Click subscribe, go to our Facebook, share the video on your Facebook. It's all cool. And then if you're local, Wednesday, we're going to be giving away the X-Men #1 to women, and we're going to have a concert with Magitech, a local nerdcore group. And then this Saturday night, we're having Jason Aaron for a big party. And then next Wednesday, we're going to have Rob Venditti on Green Lantern here for a big Green Lantern Day with free Green Lantern rings. So it's a great time to like comics if you live in Orlando and shop at my store. Thanks, bye-bye.